Hey all, good afternoon, good day to you. This is Cody Cox out on my Friday stroll. Today is the last Friday of the month of May, and just out on a beautiful day here. It's a little cool, still a perfect day for a kind of a spring day in the state of Oregon, heading into this 3-day weekend. Hey, just a couple things have been on my mind, a little bit off topic from investing in promissory notes, but nevertheless some things to really think about. And have you guys got a lot of those emails coming through to you with regards to updates to the privacy policy, and kind of wonder what all that is about? And so I did a little checking on it, and I got a couple some little information on it here. And by all means, this is not an exhaustive list of everything that's going on with this, so I'm not the expert on it. There's a lot of more experts on it out there, but you need to do a little look at yourself. But what's going on is something called the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, and it's coming out of some regulations out of the European Union that kind of map over to this side of the pond, if you will, over in the United States, and it has to do a lot with companies that gather information through mailing lists, or any time you opt into something, or any time that they add you to a list, or you maybe make an online purchase or anything like that. And so it's coming out of the European Union. It's actually, the implementation date is today. To be in compliance is today. And it's basically got three things going on here that I can see that are pertinent to this GDPR. And the first one is consent. And what that really means is no longer can you just add somebody to a mailing list, but now you must have their approval, or they must actually opt in. And so again, this is in the European Union, but again, if we have some websites or we're reaching out, doing some outreach on some of our stuff, it's important for us to be aware of this, especially if it sneaks over into the EU. So the second thing is transparency. Basically, part of the requirements are, if they have a data breach, they need to inform people whose information has been compromised within 72 hours of them noticing that there has been a data breach. And a lot of this came back out because Uber had a data breach and never told anybody for about a year. And so they're making sure that notification gets done very, very quickly. And the third thing talks about portability. And really what that means is you have to be able to provide the consumer access to their data, that they can go somewhere and look at the data, see if it's correct. They can adjust it, modify it if it's not correct, or they can actually delete it if they don't want to be part of that, or you have any sort of that personal data anymore. So just some things to think about. Again, if you have websites that collect information from borrowers, hi there, information from folks that you're doing business with or looking for business with, that compliance will eventually probably bounce over to us here in the United States as well. But right now, it's coming out of the EU, and it does have an indirect effect on us. Second thing I want to think about is this is the weekend where we go into Memorial Day. And really want us to kind of think about what Memorial Day really is. I know there's a lot of things going on with regards to, graduations are going on. This is the kind of the informal beginning of summer, if you will, unofficial start of summer. But really what Memorial Day is a time, it's a somber time. And you guys know I have a day job. I work for the Veterans Administration here in the state of Oregon. So, Memorial Day is a big deal around here. And it really what it is, it has to do with memorializing those that were killed or sacrificed in the course of defending this country. So it's not a general overall celebration of veterans. We do that on Veterans Day. This is very specifically oriented to those that lost their life protecting this country. And so we're going to have barbecues. We're going to probably have softball games. I know the NBA conference finals are finishing up this weekend, so a lot of stuff to do. But I just ask that you take a moment and just kind of reflect on what those veterans have done, the ones that lost their lives, so that I can shoot this video on a Friday stroll, and you guys can do what you need to do over this weekend. Pretty important time to reflect on what this country has done for us and what we're doing. Oh, I'm going to cross the street here. Anyway, that's really all I got today. Have a great weekend. Really kind of take a moment, if you would, just kind of think about the advantages we have here living in the United States. So anyway, thanks a lot. God bless. And just remember, is together our potential is infinite. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.